noticed with One Punch Man, the closer we get to the finale, the longer the arcs become, and I think this is going to be probably the longest arc, even though it's only going to be a few episodes long, based on how it's been set up and built up. This seems as though it's going to be one of those, okay, it's going straight into the finale as well. Now, to be honest with you, most of this episode was a setup and building up and getting ready to see what the final threat seems to be. I mean, it started off with seeing Tornado, which I didn't really think that we were going to see, like, almost all of the S-rank people. Like, it seems as though the progression of getting to see everybody and how everything is and whatnot is really, really quick with One Punch Man. I mean, in episode 10, we've seen everybody except, like, 2 of the S-ranks, number 1, and I think it was number 6 as well. But, I mean, seeing number 2, Tornado, and how she took out that Godzilla wannabe motherfucker in the beginning of this episode, and he was dragon level, and she took him out pretty quick. I guess that was also to demonstrate her abilities compared to when they have this big brawl that is a god level, which the hype is real because the way they set things up slowly, progressively getting to see, okay, this is dragon level, and some of the things before that and whatnot, it's kind of like, oh, so this is going to be the big level when seemingly Tornado number 2 could take out one of the people that were, you know, dragon level, even though Genos is kind of like nowhere near that, and Genos got wrecked by the Sea King or whatever. The people higher up are definitely a lot stronger, so I think there's a huge difference between level 2 in the S rank and level 16, which is Genos. So I'm starting to understand that now with this episode. And I like that even though Saitama is like a B, he's like the bottom of B pretty much, they still include him and Bang can see his worth or whatever. And it was like the introduction of them in this episode, because it started off with only seeing Tornado, and I was like, yo, am I gonna see Saitama and Genos in this episode? And I'm glad we got to see them, and it's kind of weird. I wish there would have been a little bit of a setup why they were with Bang to begin with, looking at his technique or whatever, but you can see that Bang clearly understands and respects Saitama's capabilities, because he even screams at his student or whatever. So it's good to see slowly, even though it's small amounts of people, Saitama is gaining respect from people. It's not just, you know, that nobody gives a fuck or whatever. Like, he has Bang, he has Movement Rider. I'm sorry, I still can't get over the epicness of last week. And I noticed that the higher the level of threat, the more serious Saitama has seemed to be. Like, if it's a low level, he won't even really give a fuck, and even to a certain extent with the Deep Sea King, he's on the back of a bicycle, but once he realized that he was taking people out, including people that he cares about, like Genos, that's when he got serious. With this one, it seems as though he went straight away serious, jumped through the roof, jumped onto the spacecraft, running through, busting motherfuckers up. Like, Saitama genuinely has a characteristic of like, okay, I don't really give a fuck, but when things start to really hit the fan, I know I can't joke around no more. I really gotta put my ass to work and do what I gotta do. And I mean, honestly, the hype is real with this one. A lot of people have been saying this name, and I didn't understand exactly who they were referring to, Boros, but the end of the preview of this episode said something like Master Boros, and I'm guessing that last little figure that we seen sitting in that chair or whatever is Boros. I'm looking forward to seeing what a god level threat can be, and if there's anybody after him, I don't even know how they're gonna measure up, because I mean, with this woman that predicted the world is in trouble or whatever, ultimately, like, for one big thing anyway, besides all that, I'm curious with the god level threat if Saitama can one punch them, because if he can one punch a god level threat, then there is literally nothing in the One Punch Man verse at that point that can take him on. Like, he has to go to another verse or something, go to the DBZ verse, because like, if a god level, the top tier of it all, is like, you know, one punched out by Saitama, then there really is no threat. And that's besides the point. I'm not complaining about that, obviously, because I know what the fuck the series is about, whatever, but like, I'm really curious. Like, I feel as though the way it was done with the Deep Sea King, where you excluded Saitama until the very end, should be the same method with this one, because like, it seems as though Saitama might be the first person to reach Boros. I'm assuming that Saitama is going to still be the One Punch Man and knock this motherfucker out with one blow. So let's get Genos, let's get Tornado, let's get Bang, let's get all these motherfuckers in there first, see them get their asses kicked, and then Saitama come in there. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for, just because I don't want it to just be like all this hype and, you know, not even a fight goes down and Saitama takes him out. Or if this dude can actually withstand a punch from Saitama, first of all, that'll get Saitama's rocks off, and at the same time, it'll be like, this is truly what god levels can be, and I'm sure there's somebody that might be even stronger than him out there. And again, this is all under assumption. I don't know much about this character. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. To be honest, I'm just excited to see what the fuck's gonna happen. So the hype is real this episode. It was a good to a very good, maybe 7.5 to an 8. Nothing spectacular, but the setup is real, and I just can't fucking wait to see this one. A god level threat, baby. Let me know what you guys thought of this one, though. What do you think is gonna happen? Do you think Saitama's gonna be able to one punch this god level threat as well? And if he is, does that mean that there's pretty much nobody in the, One Punch Man world that can take on Saitama? And for manga readers, am I to expect greatness from this upcoming fight with Saitama and Boros? But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed anything about this video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want to see more videos, make sure to subscribe. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.